For more on the latest developments concerning the coronavirus, I want to welcome emergency room Dr. Sampson Davis, author of Living and Dying in Brick City. Doctor, thanks for being here. Good to see you again. First off, if someone feels like they are sick, what is the first thing they should do?
Well, the first thing, if you're not feeling well, is to call your doctor. Actually, that's the best approach to take it. And keep in mind, coronavirus presents like a regular upper respiratory infection or just like the flu, a cough, fever. But if you're having mild symptoms, call your doctor. And you want to also isolate yourself, quarantine yourself, stay away from your loved ones, stay away from your pets, make sure that you wear a face mask as well. All that is important. The great majority of us will have some viral symptoms. We will feel cough and runny nose, but that doesn't mean you have coronavirus.
Doctor, frame this for us. Is it reasonable to expect a spike in infections in the U.S. as we get access to more testing?
I believe we will, because as mentioned, as we have more testing, we'll be able to test more people. And by doing so, we will be able to isolate individuals who may have come in contact with the coronavirus. I mean, this is a daunting moment for us right now, and I think we are, as a society, taking the precautions necessary. I see a lot of my patients and a lot of the community wearing masks. I see a lot of changes in school activities, sport activities as far as isolation and travel. So all that is key, I think, into limiting the progression and the spread of this virus at this moment. But at the same time, you know, I also want to point out that we are a ways away from this something that's being dangerous as something like the flu, which kills more people per year.
What about, you said self-quarantining? It seems like those who are doing it, it's actually having a positive effect for the greater community. How long should you quarantine yourself?
Well, so the incubation period for the coronavirus is 2 to 14 days. So if you develop symptoms, then you want to quarantine yourself, but call your doctor. You want to have some medical advice and some medical guidance on what you're doing, and to make sure, because again, the symptoms are so much similar to so many other different viral infections, upper respiratory infections. So you want to phone your doctor and ask some guidance there. You want to limit your contact with others. And also you want to have a diary of where you've been. If you've been traveling, if you've been around other sick people, if you notice somebody else in your workspace or at school that may have coughed or sneezed or had a fever, had symptoms as such, then you also want to make sure you keep a diary of that so you can try to trail or trace where you may have picked up the infection.
And doctor, I'm just curious, from your perspective there on the ground in the emergency room, what are things like for you? Do you have the supplies that you need? And have you been inundated with the number of people coming into the ER?
Surprisingly enough, I work at a few different emergency departments, so it depends. I am seeing an increase of people presenting to the emergency department with cough and cold symptoms who feel like they may have the coronavirus but have no travel or have any contact with anyone else who's been sick, who has mild symptoms as well, presenting to the emergency department. I have one case so far with a person that was traveling who presented at day 14 with symptoms, and we were concerned with the coronavirus. We phoned the local health department. I called the CDC. We had discussions about the presentation, and we ultimately decided that this person was safe and had a regular viral syndrome and sent them home. But the other, I guess it's not funny, but I think one of my nephews called me, and he had cough and cold and hasn't been anywhere. He's been limited in his travel exposure, and he thought he may have had the coronavirus. Ultimately, he had a viral infection. So I think the good news here is that I know there's some concern about the heightened awareness, and everyone is a bit fearful, which is understandable. But I think that the steps that we're taking to be very cautious in the movement that we're making and the awareness that we have is going to help us so much tremendously down the road.
All right, Dr. Sampson Davis, stay safe out there. We'll talk to you again very soon.
All right, thank you.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.